Peace to the original people of the creator. Welcome to another edition of Fresh Fire Friday with TY and Reggie. What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
What's good for the day, man? What we gonna do today, man?
Hey, listen,
I know
man.
you got a special announcement to make right now. Let's do it.
Yeah, this is a special edition of Fresh Fire Friday, and because the NFL season is about to start, we wanted to give you a Thursday show, but it'll be aired on Friday because the season starts tonight. So we just wanted to get some picks in and get your thoughts on this up and coming NFL season. So without further ado, the Fresh Fire Friday topic this week is going to be name 5 NFL teams you feel will bounce back or break or have breakout years for whatever reason this season. So keep in mind when you're thinking of these teams, we're not talking about Super Bowl favorites. It may be a Super Bowl favorite, but we're looking at teams that are looking to have comeback years or you know, a better year than they had last year. So keep that in mind when you're thinking of the topic. But again, no particular order. I'm gonna pass it over to you, bro, and let you go ahead and get started with your picks.
Hey, this was kind of tough, man. It was tough, bro. I'm telling you. First team, I'm gonna tell you my little madness. I just broke it down by divisions. So I'm gonna start with the NFC East. It ain't gonna be no surprise to you who I'm gonna pick out of the East.
I'm pretty sure I got them on my list as well.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Eagles, Jalen Hurts. And the biggest surprise, another big surprise is I'm gonna go with the NFC West. I mean the NFC North. I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm not saying the Bears are gonna win the North, but I'm saying I think Justin Fields is gonna have a good year this year.
It's my guy.
Yeah. So, and the AFC South, I'm gonna jump to the AFC South. I got the Colts. I would have picked the Titans, but they lost AJ Brown. They lost some key people on their offense. So I'm gonna go with the Colts because I like the kid from South Carolina. We seen him play, you know. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with him for South Carolina State. Now I'm going to the AFC West. And I think this is probably one of the 2 toughest divisions in the NFL with Broncos, Raiders, Chiefs, and Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I'm gonna see if Russ gonna cook this year. And last but not least, the AFC East, Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. I'm not saying this team is gonna win that division, but I'm going with the Dolphins. I think they're gonna have a pretty good year with the Cheetah. That's my 5.
Okay. So just like most times, bro, we got quite a few that's the same. 3 out of the 5 was the same. So I'm gonna just jump right into my list. Number 1 on my list, I had the Bears as well.
Okay.
We've been following this kid since, actually, we've been following him and Hurts since college. Hurts was a good guy. Justin Fields was my guy. Mm-hmm. I feel like he's, you know, I'm looking for him to have a breakout year. He was my guy at Ohio State, like I said. They only won 6 games last year. You know, I'm not saying, like you said, I'm not saying that they're going to just have a complete turnaround and go to the Super Bowl, but I do have them right there on the cusp of making the playoffs. I'm not necessarily saying that they're going to make it, and we'll look back at this. We'll pull the, you know, but I'm interested to see what he's going to do in this up and coming year.
With a whole full year as the starter.
Correct.
Yeah.
Number 2. Yeah. Number 2 for me is the Dolphins. Tua, you know, he has no other choice but to shine this year. Oh, he's done. This is like put up or shut up. You know what I'm saying? I know he's got old boy from Kansas City. They kind of built he got some weapons. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do. Again, I'm not saying that he's going to make the playoffs, but bro, I don't really know what their record was last year, but it wasn't good. So
No, they won 9 games last year.
Did they?
Yeah,
they were 9-8.
That's why you remember it was a big deal because they fired the coach and he had a winning season.
Oh, okay, yeah. I wasn't sure. But that's my number 2 pick. Number 3, Eagles. Hurts, your guy. You know that's your guy. Dallas is so overrated every year. I just
every
feel
year.
Now my next 3 teams, I'm getting into playoff pushes. I feel like Philly can definitely win the East and make a playoff run. No, do I see them winning the Super Bowl? No. But they got Brown. They got my kid. What's the kid? Smith.
Alabama. Yeah.
He got some weapons. He's a smart kid. Let's see what Eagles gonna do. Like I see big things coming from the Eagles in the East. Number 4, I went out to the division with you, and I thought about it. The AFC, I think that's the West out there, but I picked a different team. This is where I'll go.
I know who you're gonna say.
I'm going with the Chargers.
Oh wow, I thought you were gonna say the Raiders.
Nah, I'm gonna go with the Chargers because I think Herbert is top 5, bro. I really do.
Top 5.
I think he's top 5, and it's a stacked division, but this is my bold pick. These cats are going to the playoffs. Last year, I think there was maybe 9-8 right there, almost. But this is a tough division, and it's gonna see how it shake out because you got Kansas City. They ain't really going nowhere. You got the Raiders. They looked decent last year, went to the playoffs. You can't sleep on Russell. So this is my bold pick that the Chargers are gonna come out of that division. I ain't gonna say they're gonna win, but I definitely feel like 2 teams are coming from that division for sure.
And it's only, that's to pick them and not necessarily have them winning the division. There's only one division in the AFC that puts 3 teams in the playoffs, and that's the North.
Correct. So it's interesting. We'll look at the tape. But my 5th one, who that nation, baby? I'm going with the home team. Reason for it is we got some key pieces we lost on defense, but we should be okay with adding a receiver core. We got a real top of the line receiver core. Now, the question marks for the Saints is going to be quarterback, coach, and the running back position. Those are the 3 positions that we got to be concerned with. One, this is a first-year defensive coordinator being, promoted to head coach, Dennis Allen. We want to see what he's going to be able to do. Jameson wasn't able to completely prove himself. However, they had him on a leash last year.
Yeah, they did.
So he's not on it this year.
And he was 6, and I think he was 6-2 when he got hurt.
Well, I think he was 4-2, but
4-2. Yeah, he had a winning record. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing though. He was averaging about 150 yards. It was super low. However, you can look at that 2 different ways. Now he can take the training wheels off and start slinging that thing. Will the interceptions go up? It's still a lot of question marks to be answered for him. Is he healthy? Is he going to stay healthy? So if he can stay healthy and play smart, we're right there in the hunt, bro. I saw something on ESPN look like they putting us losing in the Super Bowl to the Bills. I mean, people are really high on what we capable of possibly doing. Now, the other thing is our running back position, like I said, Kamara, will they suspend him? Will it be for how many games for the incident that he had in the offseason? Right now, we got Ingram as a backup, but Ingram has seen better days, in my opinion. So Kamara do so much out of the backfield.
They love him though.
Correct. Yeah. He's Louisiana, he's New Orleans right now. But Kamara does so much for our team. So if he's not available to suit up for whatever reason, that can hurt us. So that's my 5. And if you had to pick a 16, because I'm saying though, it's 8 divisions. So I didn't go like division by division, but if you had to pick a 16, who would that be for you?
It would be the Raiders, because I'm a diehard Steelers fan, but I've always had love for the Raiders. I guess from playing Little League football, that's the color of our uniform. We was the Raiders, so I always loved Raiders, but I think they're on to something this year. I really think they're on to something this year. So I think they're gonna shock a lot of people this year, but they in that. I ain't saying they're gonna make the playoffs. They may sneak in on a wild card, but look, they're in the toughest division in the NFL, definitely in the AFC right now.
Well,
But
I'm glad you picked that as your wild card, because if they don't make the playoffs, that's a setback, because they made the playoffs last year.
yeah. It's gonna be tough, but see, the reason why they made it last year, in my opinion, is because one, your boy Herbert he wasn't ready for the moment, and the Broncos, I mean, they let Von Miller go in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? And he went in. Didn't he win a Super Bowl?
Yeah,
he went and won the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So mine would be, we all over that division, because mine would be Denver, which you already picked.
Right.
Denver would be my sleeper because they got a veteran. They picked up a veteran quarterback in Russell Wilson, and he's no spring chicken. He's 33. I think he'll be 34 in November, but he's somewhat in his prime. You know what I'm saying?
And in today's game, he's definitely in his prime. I mean, especially with Tom Brady, 45. You know.
Yeah. So Denver is still put it this way, that is the division to watch. Now, I'm surprised though. What do you think about your Steelers? I mean,
well, I'm just not. Look, we picked Chicago because of Justin Fields. Who was that quarterback last year? Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
He's the starting quarterback in Pittsburgh right now. I didn't want him to come. He's the starting quarterback. So I'm not sold on him, man. But you know,
you guys got a guy behind him that they say looked really well.
Oh yeah, he quarterback from Pitt. You know, they don't want to drop the ball on him like they did with Dan Marino. So Dan Marino had an opportunity to be a Steeler.
Correct.
But they didn't draft him. But I want to talk about y'all, man. Saints, I think y'all gonna be all right this year. You know what I'm saying? I didn't pick nobody. Because one thing, y'all got Tampa Bay number. Tom Brady, he struggled with the Saints. And that's you're gonna drag the Panthers and you're gonna drag the Falcons. So it's gonna be either y'all or the Bucks to come out of that division.
Yeah, if we could stay healthy. All this is dependent on if we can stay healthy.
Tom Brady don't even have a center. They talking about putting a guard that plays center in high school or something, putting him at center.
So what happened to his center? He got hurt this week?
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yep.
So
yeah. So we'll definitely see. But that's our 5 sleeper picks. Like I said, we're not saying none of these teams are definitely going to the Super Bowl, but these are teams to look at. And the reason why we wanted to do this show early while everybody is 0-0, so we can come back at this later and revisit it and see how these picks are coming along throughout the season. In the next couple of weeks, I mean, hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's football season. It's
all football.
I mean, tune in. You might be hearing some college talk.
Yep.
I mean, this is what we've been waiting for a while, at least until the NBA.
You might hear the 5 worst penalties that's been called last week. You never know what you're going to hear.
Sure, like we got endless topics now, because I'm saying coming up, because this is so much material that we can go with,
Right.
But again, like I said, we wanted to throw them out before we leave you guys. We always want to give you something to take with you. And I tried to find, I was looking for a sports one, because this is basically dedicated to the kickoff of the NFL season. And what I came up with is one that I seen a quote that Peyton Manning had quoted one time. And he said, if you wait for others to initiate change, then you just automatically became a follower. So I thought that was pretty cool. I wouldn't expect that to come from him, but again, I'm gonna read it to you one more time. If you wait for others to initiate change, then you just automatically became a follower. And I think he was speaking on that because I'm saying, though, he's been a leader since day one, since he came in the league. And so that's something good to live by and follow. That means, you know, you can't wait on others. You got to make it happen yourself.
Yep.
So I leave you with that. Bro, you have anything?
Yeah, I do, man. I want to throw a little curveball in there with you.
Okay.
I'm gonna call 5 games this week.
Okay.
And let's pick 5. Let's see let's go down the schedule and do our picks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. I'll start with you. Well, tonight we already know Bills and Rams. Who you going with?
Ooh, that's a tough one. You know what? The Rams are getting their rings. I'm gonna go with the Bills.
That can go either way, right?
You can. I think the points is like 2 points, 3 points.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Bills.
You going with the Bills?
Yeah,
I'm going with the Rams.
Okay.
All right. I'm just gonna pick out 5 games that could be interesting this weekend. Browns and Panthers in Carolina. Baker Mayfield playing his old team.
I'm gonna go with the Panthers.
I'm going with the Panthers too.
Yeah.
All right. Bucks and Cowboys Sunday night.
Where they at?
In Dallas.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks too. Broncos and Seahawks, not Seahawks. I mean Chiefs and the Cardinals in Arizona.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
I'm going to Chiefs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go. I know you like this kid right here. The Packers and your boy Jefferson on the Vikings in Minnesota.
I'm gonna go with the Packers. I like my kid in Jefferson, but you don't bet against that bad boy.
Yeah, I'm going with the Packers too. And the last one, Patriots, Dolphins. Bill Belichick in
Where they
Miami.
at?
In Miami.
I'm gonna go with Miami.
Miami got them last week. I'm going Miami too. Last year, yeah. Go with Miami.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Miami.
All right.
You got them wrote down because I didn't write them down. You got what I went with and what you went with?
Well, we'll just look at the tape. All right. We'll look at the tape, bro. It's on there.
Okay.
Dude, I didn't even write it down. I'm just having a conversation. Hey, next week we can go down the whole. We'll go down the whole list and make our picks and and then come up with our record for the year. You know what I'm saying?
Work.
All right.
Work.
As always, thank y'all for listening and joining us another week. And as always, make sure you put your comments in. We had 20-something comments last week. That was dope, you know?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
So we appreciate that, man. Just keep, and we feel like it's football season. Females, males, everybody jump in the conversation and join in on this season. Thank you for listening. As always, peace be unto you. Have a great day.